Gonna be a short one today, so bear with us. And let's see what we have on the handy dandy departure chart. So welcome to Sky Harbor, everyone. Click the like, subscribe, it's free. We're watching the barbed wire the plane's going through. We should be getting a Dreamliner taking off and a 787 in about a minute. But for the most part, I'm not going to be live as much as I used to be. Business is starting to pick up. My business is my #1 priority. YouTube is kind of my getaway from the business. And over the bridge, we do actually have a Volaris coming through. There's our Mexican carrier. We're actually looking directly at our sky bridge that a lot of people say is fake, but it isn't fake, it's actually real. And this is Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor. We're a channel out of Phoenix, Arizona. We primarily talk randomness and show you guys some planes. As you can see, quite the active bridge today. We have our Southwest plane right behind it, and in the far end of the runway we can actually see the 757 getting ready to depart from United Airlines. The 757-200 is going to be going to Newark. Our first plane to depart is going to be Southwest 1272 going to Dallas. Little Embraer action over there. Man, I have to pee, and they don't have a bathroom here. Drink a lot of water before this, so. So our flight to Dallas is departing. Another news and plane spotting news, guess the Hawaiian Airlines Pilot Association is supposed to be voting on their merger with Alaska Air. So it's still not done in the books. I know it's technically in our minds it's done, but I think they still have to work out some like contractual stuff and vote on it. So that'll actually be pretty interesting to see. Also, happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody. We did post a video the other day. It's like a little recap of a First Friday event that we had. Hey, Becky. I updated my little tablet thing, so I don't know if it's sending me all of the chats. So typically anytime you update something, it goes wrong. So we have Southwest 2587 going to Tulsa, then Envoy 3435 going to Albuquerque, then we should get American 692 going to Honolulu. And you can actually see that 757, what a beautiful plane as it's crossing over. There was a time when these things were pretty prevalent in aviation. I don't even know if I said that word right, but now they're kind of becoming rare. Because everybody's switching over to the A320s, 21s, and Boeing hasn't given us a true successor to it. I think they have a little bit more of a bigger issue to worry with their recent troubles with the Alaskan Airlines flight. If you think about it, it's been quite an eventful couple of years for Boeing, to say the least. In other news, the lovely Dallas Cowboys were in full form yesterday by choking away another playoff. So we have our Envoy flight going to Albuquerque, and then we will be getting our Honolulu flight in a minute. So we're going to focus heavily on that 787 as it departs. But yeah, who would have thought, man? Cowboys were favored, and you can win when you give the other team like up to 14 or 21 points off of turnovers. And we're talking about American football to my European fans. hear people behind me. This isn't the safest area for live streaming, to be honest. I choose it because I don't want to spend 30 bucks on parking because it's getting pricey, and looking at my accounting, it's not working out. Alrighty, our American Airlines 787 is about to be departing next. What is that? Oh, look at it, military plane. No way. I had no idea this thing was departing. I don't know what the name of the plane is. I think it's like the E something Century. Wasn't that cool, guys? Whoa. That was wild. We have a 767 over there. That's pretty neat. I had no idea. That thing didn't pop up on flight radar. We do have another military plane over there. Dude, that was wild. That caught me off surprise, to be honest. It was like, caught me out of nowhere. So it was an E6 US Navy plane. That is what David is telling us. That's what just took off. All right, now we do have our 787 departing with its glorious wing flex. The winter is kind of a busy season for the heavies here in Sky Harbor. Well, it's a great show already, guys. A lot of interesting aircraft already at this usually boring airport. Also, yesterday, the Detroit Lions won their first playoff game in 30 years. It was a great sight. It's a great time to be a Detroit Lions fan. Not so much a Detroit Pistons fans, but there's actually another plane over there. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a FedEx, big boy. What is that over there? So we're kind of looking at all of our military planes over here. Here's our air refueling wing of the National Guard. Not sure what it was, man. It's not popping up on the radar, and usually some of our dudes are military guys that come on here. Well, it's warm here, Becky Waller. They actually did cancel some of the games, if you look at it, on the NFL yesterday. They rescheduled them actually for today because of the snowy weather we're having in the US. And on our departure, we're going to get American 2122 to San Diego. I'm excited to see that 757 take off. Usually those things are super loud. I love me a loud plane, to be honest. I just locked my car. So I see some shady characters down there. For a second today, I actually thought I couldn't do my live stream because I couldn't find this little cable. Then I looked at my car and I ended up having a spare. So also, I got a new little camera. I'm super excited to play with it later. Okay, the Navy plane is, okay. So apparently they blocked that flight, somebody ended up saying. I would pop up your chat, but I'm kind of away from my thing. So whatever happened to that one plane that they ended up crashing into a bait? Did they take it out? Like, remember a few months ago, one of the Navy planes ended up in the ocean? So we're getting some clarity. First, that aircraft was an E6. They don't go on flight radar because the Navy blocks them via transponder, Polar Aviation says. The E6 is American Doomsday Command Center, says Gerald Avery. Cool. We do have an A321. Oh, dude, so the other day, we went plane spotting, and we witnessed a United 737 literally use up every inch of the runway. Like, I was actually mind blown seeing it happen. Like, the guys I was with, we were all like just dumbfounded that was actually happening. Like, legitimately used up, like, I would say 80% of the runway and then ended up lifting off. And over there is the banana plane, Spirit Airlines. Then we're gonna get our Volaris going to Guadalajara next. How's everyone's year going so far? You guys having a good day or a good year so far? It's crazy to think we're halfway through January. Seems like the other day we were celebrating and waiting for the new year. I'm wearing a thick jacket and I kind of regret wearing it now because it's getting a little warm here, to be honest. We are going to be getting to these crazy temperatures. Okay, Volaris. So somebody was telling me Volaris is similar to, like, it's kind of like a low-cost carrier for Mexico. But I'm kind of a fan of their livery. I like the tail. And I like the different color schemes they have. Like, usually they have like a purple or different color engine cowlings. Areli is the name of the plane. Today I'm actually going to try and film something different for you guys. I'm going to give some photography pointers. People always ask me how do we take photos, like how do I get better at photos. So we're going to try and put together a little series explaining like depth of field, how you can drag your shutter, composition, and all that stuff. And today I got to do adult things, which is called taxes, so I don't go to jail. Business taxes are the worst. You have to summarize all of your expenses. You have to send out 1099s, you know, typical stuff. Guys, finally getting snow in Utah. Honestly, I've been hearing that a lot. A lot of places that used to get snow don't get it. And if you guys think about it, a lot of people will shoot 4K videos, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, a lot of our content that we watch is actually 1080p. 4K, like everything is kind of downsized. It does give you the ability to zoom in a little bit better. It gives you more post-production range on it. I made the mistake one time. I had my cinema camera settings set up to 8K, and my computer wanted to punch me in the face because all of this stuff was pretty much impossible to work on. That is when you use Adobe Media Encoder and make some proxies. Which ends up actually working out quite the best, for the best. And over here we do actually have an American Airlines 737. It's a little bit closer to us. Phoenix had a very strange winter. Usually it's cold, but this winter has kind of been super warm for us, man. It's wild. Alrighty, up next we're going to be getting our United 2635 that's going to be going to Newark. It's a 23-year-old 757 manufactured in January of 2000. Thanks, man. I think a lot of people don't realize when you do film stuff like this, you need to have smooth panning. That's what makes, like, for good content. If you watch, like, Kevin, he has a very good way of panning airline videos. He does a great job on it. The key is getting a good tripod. The tripod I'm actually using, I don't know if you watched my show, but earlier in the year, TSA broke 2 of my tripods when I was doing a business trip to New Mexico. So my tripod is made of 3 tripods, which is hilarious. But the key is getting some smooth panning and just not moving the subject way too much, because then, in a sense, it sucks. People can't focus on their eyes. Well, what's wild is I was actually talking to a guy at a museum, like a dinosaur museum. He's like a, I don't know how you call him, paleontologist. And he was discussing like the climate shifts that are happening. It's pretty crazy. He showed me maps. I guess a lot of Arizona and Nevada used to be underwater back in the day. And he says, like, the temperatures always shift. Man, what is that? It's a private plane. But one of these days, I'm gonna attempt something with one of my friends. What is coming in? I'm gonna attempt something with one of my friends. Oh, we have a Prime Air. We're gonna try and use my wireless system for transmission, and we're gonna try and set up on both sides of the runways at a garage. It's gonna be a quick test that we're gonna try, and hopefully it works out. What in the heck is going on over there? Oh wow, a plane did land on 25 left, which is crazy. Usually they don't allow them to land on there because of how busy they can get. Also, in other aviation news, I heard that, what's their name? Alaska Airlines is giving people $1,500 credit for their door blowing out. So literally they're paying people money and refunding them their costs of the trip. And we do have our Delta 767 getting ready to depart for Atlanta. And if you guys are ever bored and want to watch some good content, Level Flight's videos are pretty awesome. He does a lot of long form compilations. Corey's a good dude. This is what I tell people all the time, especially in aviation. There's a lot of channels that are spotting up, a lot of live streamers, a lot of people to film stuff, a lot of plane spotters. Just from my personal experience in business, don't be a jerk to anybody, don't burn any bridges, don't be an a-hole to people, because eventually it catches up to you. So in Phoenix, we always try and build like a good community, and anytime anybody from out of state comes, I will always go and say hello to them. because at the end of the day, we're all aviation nerds. We should all be respectful to each other. That's the way I see it. And in a sense, the way I see it, a lot of times you guys that watch this will be able to tell who's fake or who's not fake. Anyways, we got our 757 departing. I wish I was taking photos of this bad boy. Also, another operator of the 757, the Pacific North or whatever they're called nowadays, airlines, just cut their route from Ontario to Las Vegas, which is going to be pretty interesting. I really don't understand how that airline is. I think the whole pandemic and everything catches up. Oh yeah, DFW Plane Spotters, he's actually pretty good. He's it's crazy, like I've met a lot of interesting YouTubers. I run a, excuse me, oh, I just burped, my bad. I run a very big Instagram, so Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor is our Instagram, and I've actually befriended a lot of other YouTubers, and we always talk about the trends. So this is actually the Instagram, you guys can give it a follow. So I actually was talking to Paul Stewart, and he was telling me about his plan. He actually did just share a new video of flying on the Qantas Link 717. Very well produced videos. I like Paul's videos. So we always chat, and DFW Spotter, he does really good stuff. And like Corey says, what comes around goes around, so. Yeah, Northern Pacific. I think they got sued by an airline, or not a railroad company. But we do have the Delta 767. See, my thing is I want to create some better content or make some pre-recorded content, but I get all motivated and then I sit in traffic and I come here and I get super mad, because you sometimes can sit in traffic for 40 minutes to get to anywhere in Phoenix. So luckily for me today, I have the day off and I can come and stream with you guys for a little bit. And eventually plan is to go to LA. What is that? Oh, it's not something going up above me. But that is our tower up here. These are the people that are keeping everyone safe. Yep, Corey does great work. Honestly, like, watch any of his compilations. You can see some of the heavier flights or heavier planes that land here. Okay, let's get back to actually tracking planes, because kind of lost. So we're gonna get American 432 going to OGG, or Hawaii. That's gonna be next. I'm actually awaiting word from the FAA for a drone flight. I have to fly in very secretive airspace. I have to fly around an Air Force base. So due to the NDAA stuff, I have to actually file a very detailed flight plan and flight report. So this week I should find out if I've been given a waiver to fly up there. Because a lot of people don't realize your consumer drone that you probably got for Christmas or everything, you have to follow the same rules that airplanes follow. So I don't want to have any like legal issues with anything. Oh, what is that? Is that a chipmunk? Hold on. Come on, pop up. There's an animal down there. Psst. Hey. Never mind. So you may wonder, what does a host with ADHD sound like? That's it. This wash is full of interesting animals, by the way. So I think up next we have a United Air Force T-6 Texan that is taking off. It's a military trainer. We are like a military / civilian airport here. Half of our airport is utilized by the National Guard, so hence why we got that E6 taking off, which I had no idea was going to take off, which was a pleasant surprise to me. And then up next we should be getting our 767 departing. Oh, so yesterday I went on a hike, and then when I finally got into my vehicle, I saw a herd of javelinas go through. And javelinas are like wild boar animals. They can be very aggressive, so I literally missed them by like 30 seconds. So basically I probably missed being attacked by 30 seconds. And talking to a couple of deputies yesterday, they are starting to release water from Horseshoe Bend Dam to Bartlett Lake. They're anticipating a very wet winter, so when that does end up happening, we may actually end up having the river flow again. Because a few months ago, this riverbed was actually full of water. It made for some really beautiful photos. Alrighty, our Delta, oh, Air Canada just landed. Our Delta 767 to Atlanta is in full roll. Pretty rare to see a passenger configured 767 in today's age. I think TUI retired theirs last year. Alright, animal, I see you, hater. We did have an Air Canada cargo 767 last week. That thing took off so fast because it was light. A lot of people tell me they got underbelly shots of it. Pretty cool, huh, guys? All right, what are you? What animal are you down there? You're making a lot of noise, my friend. I'm gonna throw a rock down there. Oh, it's a bird. Never mind, I thought it was a squirrel. Sorry, buddy. I think either that was Air Canada, or we do have another Delta 757 coming our way. Up next we have a baby bus, an American Airlines A319 that's going to be going to El Paso, or is coming from El Paso. Most likely coming from El Paso. So let's go fast over here. With the Phoenix skyline in the back. These are kind of iconic shots. Honestly, I think last year they put a bunch of these barbed wires because a lot of transient people were trying to jump over the fence. Oh, there it is. It's a 757. They're trying to jump over the fence, so they put these barbed wires. They kind of ruined it, to be honest. I understand it's a safety issue, but at the same time, you ruined the pictures for us. And that is the iconic tower shot you get at Sky Harbor. But let's go back, friends. Let's look at the pencil boy. Hello, pencil boy. All right, let's see how we are doing on battery. I tend to forget to charge these things. We're at 36%. Remind me in 10 minutes to charge this thing. Up next, we do have our Alaska Airlines 737. Most likely they're going to Portland or Seattle. With its plug doors. Everyone's learned about a plug door today. I don't know, are the 9s still grounded, guys, or are they, have they been allowed back into service? Also, congratulations to my buddy Saul for getting a job with Frontier. Proud of you, dude. It's awesome. There's the little baby bus. Listen, as it's getting older, it's iconic. It's one of those planes that everybody, a lot of pilots loved flying. We have our American 1766 that's coming from Tucson, which is crazy. That's a pretty large plane for a Tucson route. So, welcome to Sky Harbor, everybody. Like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, yeah, they're still grounded. I know in Phoenix there's an entire area where they're keeping them. And up next we have Delta 2258 going to Seattle. So I'm pretty sure both of those are Seattle flights. It's wild. So it's wild how quickly one after the other the Seattle flights from Phoenix fly. I didn't think there was that much of a demand, but I guarantee you a lot of them are connecting flights. The hub and spoke system is very interesting for airliners. You have your regionals that bring you to a hub, and then that hub will take you to the location you're going to. But over here, we do have our flight from Tucson. He is going to taxi the long way to the American gates, past all of our Southwest gates. And speaking of Frontier, we do have a Frontier flight taking off. Looks like a little rodent. Is it a chinchilla? Chew the Pika, aka copyright infringement 101. There's Chew. Sounds like a certain Pokemon. That's funny. I didn't realize that until today. I think I know the guy that worked on a lot of these things for an ad agency. His name is Chris. He was the one that designed a lot of the animals. The Alaskan Gate plane was going to Portland. Thank you, Becky. I try my best to tell you where everything is going, but as you guys know, my show is kind of different than everybody else's. I like to have conversations with you guys, and we look at airplanes, we have fun, we talk about sports. Today we have 2 NFL games. We wonder who is going to win them. Click that like, guys. There's 130 of you guys watching and only 54 likes. Let's get more people liking it. It's free. You don't have to pay for likes. If you'd like to support the channel, we do have memberships which pay for parking, pay for the internet, and it's always fun. And it's kind of slow. I'm wondering if they're going to flip the runways. If they do, then it's going to be very interesting filming. We have our SkyTrain over there. Oh my God, this jacket is warm. I wore this like very thick jacket because in Arizona you have like 17 different seasons in the day. And sometimes you're cold, but then halfway through the day you're like hating life while you wore a jacket. It's Arizona for you. That's why we're getting a lot of Californians moving here. And people don't like when they move anywhere because they become jerks. Certain ones are jerks. Most of them are nice people. We have one rule on the channel, which is don't be a jerk. We have enough of those in the world. So now as we're hitting kind of a slow streak, let's take a look what we have coming up. Yeah, it's starting to warm up, man. Like, I don't like doing the shows when it's 114. It's miserable. We do have, well, this one just landing in. The plane that's crossing the bridge is going to San Francisco, American 2423. And the Frontier flight is not popping on. So yesterday in Edmonton, Alberta was -7 air temp, I saw. Jesus Christ. Well, they did have a football game that was super cold. Like Patrick Mahomes' helmet ended up breaking, which is wild. Wild to think that they would actually like make the players playing that weather. For a league that's all about safety, that kind of wasn't very safe, but in a sense it does give the other team an advantage. The Miami Dolphins could not find their offensive groove, which is good for the Chiefs, because I don't think the Chiefs are going to win a single game after that. They look like a shell of themselves. We're going to be getting Alaska 735 going to San Francisco, which is really weird. I've never seen them fly to San Francisco from here. But over the bridge we have American 2719. It's an A321 that's going to be going to Dallas. The Texans did win. I feel really bad for Bryce Young because, yeah, you got selected over the potential Rookie of the Year and future. I don't know. That probably resulted in the GM getting fired for choosing him over CJ Stroud. Played really well. So that flight that we are looking at is going to Dallas. Then we're going to be getting our Alaska Air 735 going to San Francisco. And our Frontier jet that we were looking at was Clark and Coral Reef Sharks. It's going to Salt Lake City. So now we're just watching the little parade of planes as they're going over the bridge. So welcome to Phoenix, everybody. In a minute, I'll try and set up a second camera so you guys can see who's hosting the show. Let's help out. We have somebody from Milan. It says, good evening from Milan. How are you, my Italian friend? So as you can see, the bridge can be a really fun place to film. Welcome to Phoenix, where it's a very, very nice and warm day. Starting to heat up again, like Corey said. We do have a Denver Air Connect Metro liner that's going to be going to Cortez, and then after that we're going to get some more of our jet planes again. That building we are looking at is our SkyTrain. People tell me it looks like a ski jump thing, but it's actually part of our SkyTrain system. A few years ago, Phoenix completed the SkyTrain. They got rid of a lot of the buses, which is kind of crazy, but that takes you to the rental-car terminal and to our light rail stations, and that can take you through most of the Metro Phoenix area. So it's just a waiting game for it to get busy again. When it rains, it pours in Phoenix. That's typically how it is when it comes to our aviation. Okay, Metroliner is moving. It is a smaller plane, so it might be a little difficult to find. There it is. And there was a WestJet 737-700. To me, that plane always looks super, super small. All right. Now we're going to get our bigger planes that are going to be... What is that? Looks Looks like a little private jet. That's good. Everyone loves aviation. When you watch planes take off and land, it usually makes for a better day. It's a stress killer. We have American 2423 going to San Francisco. Then we're going to get Frontier 2524 to Salt Lake City right afterwards. My guess is the Frontier flight is going to have a very steep takeoff. I know Frontier has expanded its routes from Phoenix, so technically they can fly to San Francisco now. One of my friends flew there. He said he paid like 19 bucks to get to San Francisco. It's not bad, actually. That is if you're traveling with like a backpack. If you travel with luggage, I think they charge you like $75 for a bag. Word of advice, you can see if stuff fits and if it'll work. I did make a vlog of flying on both of those, so if you're curious if your bag will fit, you can watch that vlog. I was kind of having a hard time figuring out if my luggage would fit in there. And we have an A320. It's a 21. It's an A320 that just came in. My tripod does like to jiggle for some weird reason. All right, up next is our A321. It's a brand new A321 that's going to Salt Lake City, delivered in March 2023, flown by Frontier Airlines. Frontier, I believe, is Denver based. They're like the second iteration of Frontier Airlines. Things started in 1994, 1995, one of those days or years. It's crazy to see an A321 flying for Frontier. Usually I'd always think that it's a smaller one. And what is that? Is that another Texan? Yeah, it is. Another Air Force Texan taking off, guys. That was cool. Now we're going to be getting some United planes going over the bridge. So welcome everybody. The name is Slav. I host the channel here in Sky Harbor. My King's shirt is looking like a crud. I gotta get rid of this shirt. We're gonna be getting another Texan taking off in a minute. So we're gonna be getting a couple of Texans, one after the other, from the US Air Force. A T6 Texan, that's what it's called. Flight radar is showing that they are on the runway right now. There it is. Sometimes they take off in tandem, which is pretty cool. These smaller planes are really hard to track, to be honest. And look, another one just took off. It can sometimes be pretty cool. We'll get like F-18s and F-16s coming through here, so it adds up. It adds a little bit of a different look to Sky Harbor. So let's take a look at our next plane. Is it another Texan or no? We'll be getting American 2719 to Dallas Fort Worth. But unless my flight radar is tripping, we have another U.S. Air Force plane coming up. Pretty neat. Not sure if we have another E6 over there. Usually we'll have like 2 or 3 of those E6s just chilling here. They like to train a lot. We have like a little gunnery range, and they'll go out there and train with the other aircraft. So up next, American 2719 going to Dallas Fort Worth, and followed by Alaska 735 going to San Francisco. Man, it got really slow here today. Usually it's not this slow. We usually get our entire Southwest rush, and then we'll get an American Airlines rush. We have 69 likes. Nice. So with that E6 taking off, chances are he is going to be departing or coming back very soon. But as you can see, like, this area does have our refueling wing of the U.S. Air Force. All right, what is going on? Planes are just waiting. Like, these things can't make that much of a wake turbulence. Like, you guys can take off. Don't be scared. Man, my nose is runny. I always bring a roll of toilet paper for my nose, and I left it in the car. Who's this person walking up? Ooh. Sometimes this area scares me, to be honest. And on the approach path, we actually do have our American 1487 that is coming from JFK. It is a 777. He'll be landing north. He's somewhere up there. I can't see him. Yay, we have our plane to Dallas finally leaving. So my buddy, Life on the Ramp, he posts a lot of good content from Dallas as a photographer. He's a mechanic for one of the airlines and shares a lot of cool photos, a lot of behind the scenes of working on the ramp. I think it's Dallas, I don't know. And up next we'll be getting our San Francisco flight. But here we go, you can actually see the .777 coming in from New York from JFK. He is about 10 minutes out from landing. But let's go back to our San Francisco bound Alaska Airlines flight. Gonna be interesting seeing if they do actually start flying international once their merger with Hawaiian Airlines is fully finalized. I know Hawaiian is going to be getting a bunch of 787s starting in May. And we'll see what happens with the A330s. Are they going to be a proudly all Boeing fleet? Or are they going to be more of a hybrid fleet? That is the million-dollar question. And the Flying Banana has finally been pushed out. Okay, so Glenn says, good afternoon, watching from Caryville, Texas. The T6 that just took off are all out of Del Rio, Texas, Laughlin Air Force Base. That's cool. It's awesome. All right, we are going to get a plane going through our frame, so let's focus on tracking it. Thank you for tuning in from Texas, and if you're a Cowboy fan, I'm sorry. If you're a Texan fan, congrats. I don't understand that team, and they have so much talent, and I don't understand how they just choke every year in the playoffs. Like, sucks to be a Cowboy fan, to be honest. You would think they would at least be winning something. That is a King Air, I believe. Man, hosting these shows can sometimes be very, very difficult because when you have nothing to work with, it can be hard. Like, honestly, it does end up being very difficult, especially when you don't have much action. So you got to figure out a way how to keep people entertained. So up next we have United 2629 going to Chicago. No, it's snowing in Chicago. My friend Ivana lives up there and she always posts videos. One video is of her car stuck in the snow. And her dad coming in and getting her out in like less than a minute. And dads are awesome. If you have your parents, love them. Because when your parents get older, there's going to be a time when you won't have them. So they mean the best for us, even though they can sometimes be annoying. They love us. Adios, United. It's rare to see it still with the old Continental livery. I know a lot of them are getting painted Evo Blue. So I'll take these as long as I can. And who knows, maybe down the road United will do another redesign. I remember when they had their classic tulip livery. That was actually a really nice livery. And Billy, not sure, man. The garage does get pricey, dudes. I'll straight up tell you, in December, I looked at my statements, I spent $380 parking in the garage. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, YouTube really doesn't pay out as much as you guys would think. Like, I actually made like negative $80 off of YouTube. So, for the meanwhile, I'll try and do streams from here until we can build up stuff. Like, I have a special respect for our members who actually have been paying and helping us fund stuff. Memberships are as cheap as $1.99, literally. That's what helps cover stuff. I figured if 30 people will pay that much, it helps cover for it. I think I get like 40% of it off of YouTube, not quite sure, but. And Billy, it's usually going to either be here, and sometimes, oh, I just kicked it. We stream from the garage up there, so it just depends. So that's typically our streaming location, as you can see. I did get a new tripod. I'm super excited. One of these days I will try it out with my cinema camera. That is a VIP configuration. So my advice, if you do have a channel on YouTube, post it on the chat and let other people tune into your channel. Like, let's help each other by subscribing. How about that? And over there, we do have our 777 coming in from JFK. Let's try and track it as much as we can. I believe this flight is going to be a regular flight up until end of February. That's when they're finally going to cut it. That means we're getting a lot of traffic from New York coming to Phoenix. Also, I have a feeling as these 777s start getting older, you're going to see a lot of domestic flights being served by them, which means you can actually fit more people in these flights, and eventually American will get newer planes. He's about to disappear behind the structure. What is this? Oh, it's an A321. So that is our east storage area. A lot of the planes will end up being stored there for when they don't have gates. Because I guess storing them at gates costs the airlines more money if you're using up gate space. Instagram has been acting up really weird, man. I'll straight out tell you. We should be getting our Spirit 2043 going to Vegas. I did fly on that flight. It was actually not bad, honestly. The staff on Spirit was super nice. They get a bad rep because sometimes their clientele base can just be super rude and super not nice, to put it in a nice way. And the gates we are looking at over here are our Southwest gates. That's somebody sitting in the engine? No way, somebody sitting in the engine bay? No, I think it's just a light. For a second I thought, I'm like, what are they doing? Hopefully Boeing is making like a successor to 757, because right now it's just been, they've just kind of had terrible luck lately with all of their products. Then we're going to get Envoy 3482 going to Sacramento. On a fun note, the Los Angeles Lakers, the in-season tournament champions, are out of the playoff picture because they already won their championship. They're like, I think, a couple of games under 500, which is crazy. It's crazy how, in a sense, the team is not doing too well, and it's only a matter of time before Darvin Ham, their coach, is fired. A lot of pressure when you coach LeBron. But the Utah Jazz and the Minnesota Timberwolves are kind of my two surprising teams in the West. The Timberwolves are #1, actually, in the league. Yeah, it's crazy. The A321neo is really taking over the 757 space. A lot of companies are retiring their 757s. If you think about it, they're getting older. Parts are starting to get harder to come by. So if they're not going to have a successor, start planning for the future. Train your pilots to fly A321s. And I think eventually these companies are going to be taking over. They're going to basically be taking over the same span that the other airlines are doing. Sorry, I had to ramble. Somebody was biking, listening to mumble rap. I don't want to get a copyright claim. So you think you train them for the A321, start flying exclusively Airbus, then you have to spend less training on a type. Yep, Joe says, you mean the fabricated championship. Maybe Wednesday, Andrew. Maybe Wednesday after work. The NBA did everything to give them a fabricated championships. And I read somewhere they're like, the in-season tournament winner should get an automatic playoff spot. Man, shut up. Like, that means you can literally rest your stars the entire year. Anyways, let's look at the banana as it departs for Vegas. Yeah, that's the negative part of this spot. You can be here and somebody will come and blast music, and then you get a YouTube copyright strike, which sucks. And if you get enough strikes, they'll remove your channel, which is not very good. Wow, it is super dead, my friends. The Phoenix Suns are also another team that is struggling. They built a team that really does not seem to be enjoying playing with each other. And then we'll be getting Southwest 1568 going to Los Angeles. The plane going in front is Southwest 107 to Oakland, and the one straight ahead is 1409 to Burbank. Nice. A321 to your collection. Is it a model collection, Darren, or is it like on your channel? We have our Southwest to LAX taking off, so let's go look over there very quickly. Let's not try and go too fast so I don't get you guys sick. I think after this, I'm gonna go to another spot and see how feasible it would be to stream from there. But it's actually shady. Actually, probably not gonna go there. I like not getting stabbed. I know that sounds bad, like I'm not doing a good thing, but yeah, this is our stream deck. This is what we use to stream the Hulk show on. So everything runs through my stream deck. I did some careful consideration when I talked to a gentleman that was working the big game here in Phoenix. He's the one that upsold me on it. And we have Robert Byrne from San Diego. Yeah, you never know, man. Like, you know, in Phoenix, we'll get days like where the airport is super busy, but other days it's, you show up here and you're like, why did I end up showing up? So we have our Southwest, and then we have a Frontier coming right back afterwards. I tried plane spotting in San Diego, but from what I hear, they're not very friendly to plane spotters. So it's kind of a fail when I went on my trip. If you guys know any spots in that area, let me know, because I'm very curious. The Frontier we're looking at just came from Portland, but then we're going to get its Hugh the Manatee livery. Then we have American 1691 that's going to be going to Dallas. It's an A321. And then we have an Embraer 175, which is SkyWest 3066, that's going to Sioux Falls right afterwards. Oh yeah, if we had it from the big game weekend, I'm not going to say that big word because they're going to sue me. We had a crazy, crazy time last year. The bad thing is I tried to stream, but the internet was unusable. Like literally our internet here was terrible. Yeah, I hear in San Diego they will kick you out. They don't quite care for plane spotters. I think my new guilty pleasure is I like watching on the Smithsonian Channel. I watched at Ice Airport, Alaska. Man, like I find myself like watching it before bed, and I'll watch the whole episode. It's a really well done show if you guys are looking for something to watch. So up next we will be getting, I guess, our Air Canada 787 will be departing. But we have Southwest 3719 going to Louisville. It's a 737 MAX that's going to be departing. I will set up the secondary camera so we can kind of have a picture-picture look when it's slow, so you guys can see the guy that is talking. So you know I'm not a ChatGPT AI robot. Also, the other day we were when we went plane spotting, somebody did something they shouldn't have done. They didn't mind their own business, and they got told off very quickly by a couple of us. Photographing is not a crime. So somebody says, I heard San Diego is going to have a spotting area soon. That's awesome, man. Corey, I heard that if you go to any of those garages, it can actually, they've been kicking people out, which sucks. I really hope that never happens in Phoenix, because if it happens in Phoenix, it's not going to be good for us. A lot of people go to Liberty Station, from what I've heard, for plane spotting. Okay, we have Southwest 107 going to Oakland. But I did hear some news that they are trying to get a trans-Pacific route to Sky Harbor. It might actually end up being like a seasonal route like the airline Condor Airlines runs. So if that ends up happening, we may get some more diversity in the large airplane category. Because right now, I think some of our larger planes that are flying in tend to be, oh my God, this thing is going to overheat. And I don't have my fan. Maybe I shouldn't put it on I should put it on the rocks. Because the rocks are cooler. Yeah, they advertise it as a spotting location, but sometimes stuff could happen. I am hearing that they're going to be putting, solar panels on the roof of the garage, which may end up in turn ruining the experience. Air Canada should be departing very soon. But if you guys have never been to Phoenix, come out here. Just even fly out for the day. You have beautiful spotting locations in our garages. And it is a very, very friendly airport. Like you can get through the security in less than a few minutes. Like I think the average wait time is 5 minutes going through security. Our TSA is very, very friendly. How do I do this? Add source. Let's do picture video. Select main screen. Next. Select USB. Next. Done. Alright, let's see. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Typically ends up screwing up. Yeah, it works. This is going to be awesome. Let's see if this will work. If we can combine smell vision, maybe. But this is the person that's running the channel for you guys, so you guys can actually see. Honestly, it's kind of hard, like, to use the shadow. The sun is directly behind us. But yeah, this is how I run the channel. I like to grab my camera with my camera tripod with the hands. I don't like to use those handles. My new tripod is actually much nicer. I'm excited for it. But I'm the guy running the channel. My name is Slav. I am in Phoenix. So if you guys are enjoying the show, click the like, subscribe. LAX had great streams of the terminals, but where does the poop go? Not sure. Speaking of poop, never mind, I'm not going to say it. We have our banana plane coming through. It's a brand new Spirit. Come on, Southwest, get out of the way. Of course, Spirit always looking magnificent. I would love if Sky Harbor allowed me to film like a really cool video for them. I should message their PIO office and see if I can work on something for them. But it sucks, a lot of the people don't like, they do not like having these, like creative videos. They all like to do the same thing over and over again. And it kind of sucks, to be honest. Like, make interesting content that people would like. Anyways, let's get away from the picture so we can actually focus on planes. Boom, there you go. Kind of I dig the Spirit Airlines, the raccoon eye look. And here comes our Southwest Max. And our Air Canada 787 will be departing very, very soon. So smash that like, guys, it does help. My goal is to get to 10,000 followers by March. We were on pace for it, but then I stopped streaming for like a straight week. And then the YouTube algorithm goes, nope, you ain't doing this anymore. But over there, we do have our big boy coming in. We do have our Air Canada flight coming in. And we do not use a computer. We actually do use a Stream Deck. This 787 is a brand new 787. So next up on the departure is Southwest 4711 going to San Antonio. Well, that's crazy. A little Embraer just took off on the north side. You don't usually see that. I would actually love if they took off from runway 8 more often. It would make for more of a fun stream. There's our Air Canada Dreamliner. Somebody told me it's supposed to symbolize like some bird, like the black eyes or whatever it is. I used to do this thing for every like we got. I would do a push-up, and then it started getting very, very hard because people were liking it. Like at one point we had like 300 likes, and I didn't want to do 300 push-ups. So, because I can be a fat kid at heart. Look at that Dreamliner. That thing is amazing looking. It's gonna pass by our Delta gates. So up next is 4711 going to San Antonio. So let's see when it crosses over. I will continue tracking it. Oh, another NFL news. Who would have thought that Bill Belichick would be leaving the Patriots? He is out after 25 years. Or 20 years or something. But if you think about it, the NFL's popularity can be attributed to the success of his Patriots back in the day. They allowed him to basically replace baseball as America's sport. And Bailey has joined us. What's up, Bailey? Welcome to a very sunny Arizona. I'm actually basically sweating. I'm getting a firmer tan from here. Somebody says the black paint dissipates the heat around the windshield. That's cool. Thought it would maybe be serving as the eye black. Like, you know, when football players wear eye black, it's supposed to reduce glare from what I'm hearing. Well, we started a stream with some very interesting planes. We had an E6 Mercury or whatever take off, and then a couple of airplanes, military planes take off, some T6s. We had a Dreamliner 767. Now we're going to get the Air Canada 787. So, been an eventful stream already, my friends. We even had a United 757, and it's crazy seeing these gates empty. So smash that like, guys. It does help me out quite a bit. We are a smaller channel, so every like does help. Up next we have Southwest 1410 going to San Francisco. Thanks, JD. I appreciate you, man. I try and keep my stream as clean as possible so nobody gets a seizure looking at all the random stuff popping up. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just focus on the conversation. Also, another feature we're going to include on our streaming is if you're a Phoenix spotter or a spotter in general. Alright, this thing is not working. We're going to get rid of the second camera because it's being a jerk. It's slowing down everything. I've had the stream for like a year and 6 months. Yeah, the Cowboys really did poop the bed, as you can say. What is this? Somebody flew their tail dragger. That's neat. No, the Cowboys really did screw that up last night. I'm wondering if Mike McCarthy's going to have his job tomorrow. All right, guys. The 787 is taking off. Beautiful plane. I don't know how long it's going to be in service. I think until the end of the winter season, and then we're going to go back to probably their smaller planes. But during the winter, we do get a lot of heavier planes if you think about it. Oh yeah, we're having quite a few heavy-duty planes coming in. There's a bunch of trucks coming through here. I don't know why. So it's kind of unusual for Phoenix to be getting that heavy action. Up next we have Southwest 2198 going to Long Beach. And then right after we have American 1427 going to Hermosillo. So apparently I made a video about fixing a flight controller. And I gotta actually answer people, I forgot. Oh man. So if you ever get the Turtle Beach Velocity, flight system, do not follow their instructions to update it because you will brick it. And are we flipping runways? Because if you end up bricking it, good luck using it ever again. I had to ship 2 of them back, and then I finally figure out the system that they're using is faulty. Oh, technology, you never fail to amaze everybody. I heard that Luke is starting to crack down on spotters. People have been jerks and they have been misbehaving. So as a result, they're like, no more. They'll actually start sending the police to tell you to leave the spots. That's awesome. Did you use the Bravo transition when you flew over Sky Harbor? Because that's a pretty popular transition people use. And we have our flight to Hermosillo departing. So on this show, we do have a love-hate relationship, actually a love relationship with the poop truck. So the poop truck is the hero on this show. Whenever we're in the garage and the thing shows up, the crowd goes wild. You think about it? We do end up having some of the better views from the garage, but this isn't a bad area either. It's a lot easier for me to move around. But whenever we do have a slow time, I like to show you guys the infill. So from the garage, you can actually see a lot of the hardworking ground crew that pushes the planes out. They do a really good job getting, they make the aviation world possible, pulling the planes. And then typically the poop truck is this little truck right here. They usually come out and get the flavors out. So those people, apparently it's a very highly desired job. They can work 4 or 5 planes, and that's how it usually works. So anyways, we are about to witness another push out over here. There's got to be a way to make the switches more subtle. I still cannot figure out this stupid thing. Okay, here we go. So let's go back to the actual live. So yeah, literally I like to infill, like when we have a slow time, I like to infill some stuff with the people that work the airlines. So I think up next we should be we're going to be getting a little Delta flight that's going to be departing. I'm not sure if they are flipping the runways. They typically do flip the runways around this time. Let's take a look. No, they're still staying on this. It's just super slow right now. We do not have much action going on, my friends. So let's take a look how much longer we're going to be live. In case you guys haven't noticed, most of my lives end up being between an hour, hour and a half. Longest I've ever done was 4 hours, and I literally wanted to cry because you get very tired. And especially when it's slow, when you can't showcase the planes or anything, it can get a little bit more tricky. Wait a minute. Is it happening? I think it is happening, my friends. Are we getting a runway flip is the question. Eventually I'll be back to the deck. I can't spend as much money on the parking anymore, to be honest, man. It's finally It's finally starting to add up. Like I said, it's like $24, $28. The parking does add up, and Sky Harbor does not offer the like free parking to anybody. So as much as I love aviation, money is also key. You want to be able to not spend as much. People don't realize how much time and effort goes into this. And it's an already oversaturated market anyway, so. And Bill says, love seeing the shots of the desert currently snowing in single digits in Tennessee. Well, it's actually super warm here. If you look at it, we do have our SkyTrain going over the plain. I think one of our runways is like, the taxiway does go over. But the desert is super warm. It's in the 60s right now. It's actually short sleeve season. And over there we have Papago Mountain. It makes for a really stunning backdrop if you're ever plane spotting here in Phoenix. You can get some really dynamic shots here. So, and straight ahead looks like we do have a Southwest 737 getting ready to depart. A head-on shot with the barbed wire always makes it look appealing. It would make more sense if it was Spirit. That plane is actually Southwest 1296 going to Albuquerque. The parking is hourly. It's like $4 for the first hour. So it's like, it adds up pretty quickly, man. Like anybody that comes to Phoenix can tell you, like it can end up costing between like 26. I think the most I ever paid was $32 for the day. So it does add up. Like you think about it, it can be interesting. Whoa, Corey just shared a really cool freaking photo. Dude, what? That's awesome. Alright, dudes, I'm going to actually share something if you guys are on Instagram. Dang, dude, nice shot, Corey. Check this photo out, dudes. Alrighty, our A321. I'm pretty sure they're gonna flip the runways, dudes. Oh yeah, the runways are being switched. Okay, yeah, that was perfect. Dude, these rocks are actually kicking butt right now, dudes. They're actually dissipating the heat. In Phoenix, it's been kind of super cold. Like in the morning hours, it's in the 30s. And then in the winter time, it does heat up. Or in the daytime, it does heat up. Jesus Christ, what happened? Oh no! I tangled it. How did I tangle it? Alright. Alright, dudes, now it's gonna be interesting. I was set up for those arrivals. Yeah, that's what I do. I charge it to my business account. Alright, we are flipping runways. So we really won't be able to get them lifting off because they're going to be hidden by the building. because these jerks like to take off behind the buildings. And now it's like an elephant walk. I'll be honest, I've never streamed landings from this location. Alrighty, up next we should be getting our little fancy looking A321 that's going to be going over. And I think on the landing side, we'll most likely be getting Southwest 1211 coming from San Jose. The A321 is Delta 928 going to JFK. It's a brand new A321. So you can take a look at a brand new plane. Alright, let's see, will they take off in time to get away from the building? Curious to see how the landings are going to be from this spot. And we do have a King Air departing. Or a Pilatus, one of them too, Pilatus. And let's watch the gear close, gear up. You have to wait to 2,000 feet to get it up. There we go. Golden, guys, this is crazy. So I didn't anticipate them switching the runways today. They did. So Legion's first 737 did test flights with Boeing yesterday. It's going to be interesting. I think they're going to get a lot of better deals on them since a lot of people are watching the public relations nightmare Boeing is having yet again. So we'll see what happens. The plane we are looking at is Southwest 1232 going to Long Beach. And then on arrival, we're going to be getting Southwest 1211 coming in from Cabo. And Scott says, I can't wait to see Allegiant's Boeings. Honestly, it's going to be interesting. Just imagine if Allegiant decides to, like, let's say, start tackling the Hawaiian routes or doing, like, other routes. They are growing as a company, so... We have a 757 overflying us from San Diego going to Newark. Alright, this is going to be the big test of how I can track these planes landing here. May make for some really good. JSR, they are Do you think Southwest, they won't get them because a lot of their pilots, their entire business model is made on the single plane and single training, because it's a low-cost thing. My favorite plane is, believe it or not, it's the DC-1030 or the MD-11 nowadays. That is one of my favorite planes. I like that plane a lot. I think it's beautiful, just beautifully made. I wouldn't say it was the safest plane because it had a ton of terrible accidents. Unfortunate accidents, we may say. That is one of the planes I really like. Alrighty, our Southwest is starting to move. And back there you can actually see the tail of our JFK flight. Our flight to Long Beach, Southwest, 1232. We will be getting Jeff Air departing for Cincinnati, but up next we do have Southwest 1211 coming in. If you think about it, these low-cost carriers are the ones that are still kind of keeping the Boeing 737 alive. A lot of them want to keep the plane. A lot of them want to keep the planes going on so they can. God, this guy needs to shut up. I'm gonna hit him. Well, a lot of them want to keep the single-use plane because training costs money. All right, this is going to be our first test of how I can track the landings from this area. Go away, bee. Oh, there's a bee here. Go away. Dude, go away. There's a bee that's trying to attack me. I don't want to kill them because they're already kind of endangered if you think about it. But if it's going to be a jerk, it's going to meet its maker. Not bad, huh? Welcome to Sky Harbor, where bees attack the hosts. I think they're really drawn to like the electronics, because every time I like fly my drone or do anything electronic wise, they will come and like start buzzing on me. Or maybe I'm just sweet. 777's a cool plane. I just watched the airline disasters about the Eastern Airlines flight with the L1011. Alright dude, use up your runway. There you go. Where they didn't know if the gear was actually locked. And it's crazy. That made me think, I know the 737-300 series does have they do have a camera now to watch their landing gear. Alright, we have Southwest 1232 going to Long Beach. Yeah, I just don't like killing them because even though they could bite you and it can sting, they're still they're like a keystone species if you think about it. And they pollinate a lot of our food. And a lot of our like chemical like Roundup and all those things are killing them, and it's causing the bees to like not be as many of them as it used to. The Southwest is lined up in front of their new hangar. Alright, let's see how much longer we'll be on our live, my friends. Let's see if we can get that 757 departing. And once we do, I may call it a day because I got some stuff to do. AKA, I got taxes to do. Get to send my money to the government, and it's not going to stay in our country. Yay! Then we'll be getting American 1860 going to Bakersfield right after. I don't know, this is a little bit of a different stream in case you guys haven't noticed. Just very random. A lot of fun stuff happens here. Hey Kate. Welcome to Phoenix, Kate. Alrighty, we have our baby bus. It's an A320 going to Bakersfield, American 1860. This plane is 21 years old. April of 2002 was its first flight. And we'll be getting the King Air departing right after. A lot of people biking today. These guys use up all of the runway. Now he's gonna go behind the building and I won't be able to film him. Barely cleared it. These guys are pretty quick at putting up their landing gear. Boom, gone. But with the weather heating up, that means allergies are back. And thank you, Art, for your contribution. See what you said because it's not popping up on my thing. Thank you, man. Celebrating your first super chat. Thank you very much. You are funding the channel, paying for the Wi-Fi bill. I actually got super lucky. AT&T took care of me. I pay like, for unlimited, I pay like, what, 70 bucks a month? Everything's gone up with inflation. But I get unlimited 5G. But at Sky Harbor, if you guys have watched my show, that doesn't mean anything because we can go from 5G to 1994 Wi-Fi in a span of a minute. What in the hell happened there? That's crazy. I'm gonna have to read up on that, Kate. We have some business jets coming through. All right, Air Jeff is about to take off. Our Prime Air flight. So welcome everybody. If it's your first time on the show, please like and subscribe. It does help out quite a bit. It does help our channel grow. And up next we have SkyWest 3089 coming from El Paso. Then we're going to get Southwest 2369 from Santa Ana. Most likely the Southwest is going to land on 25 right, since it is pretty dead. That's actually going to be pretty nice to see. But let's go take a look at our SkyWest flight. So it's little Mitsubishi Embraer. See how good I can track these bad boys right now. And Jeff Air is passing by. Air Jeff, sponsored by Amazon. Oh, Bezos, you sly dog, you. I heard a rumor that they're actually going to be building another runway at Goodyear. So we're going to be getting Southwest 2369 from Santa Ana. And then we're going to get American 1202 going to Puerto Vallarta. So let's take a look at our flight from Santa Ana. Maybe we'll get a 2-for-1. We might get a 2-for-1, my friends. Those American planes take forever to take off. So let's get a couple more planes, and then we will call it a show, ladies and gentlemen. I also forgot that I had to pee the entire show. That's how focused I was. Focus on the craft of plane spotting. And now that I said it, it's finally back telling me that I have to pee. Could be nice seeing that 767 taking off, to be honest. So give us a second as we're going to be doing something. We should be back. I clicked something on the camera that made me switch out to the show. What is that? Oh, it's just a King Air again. What's up, Chris? Welcome, dude. I'm cold. Hello, AZ from Washington. My visit soon. And thank you for being a member for almost a year, dude. I really appreciate you and your commitment of keeping the community going. It costs you a total of $24 to be a member for a year. It's not bad, huh? Okay, our Prime Air. Nope, I did not get relief, my friend. I am still waiting to use the restroom. I know that's a little too much information. So, Air Jeff is going to Cincinnati. It's a 767. 300 series Air Jeff coming to a city near you. And looks like the 777 for JFK just came alive. Anybody got an update on when the 777 is going to take off? Adios, Air Jeff. Off to Cincinnati you go. Whoa! I almost dropped my camera. My eyes are itchy now. Honestly, we have a lot of fun here, and I think I'll probably kind of tone it down because I've been saying a lot of dumb stuff on here. So we have our flight from Phoenix to St. Louis, American 590. Then we're going to have South American 6096 going to Salt Lake City. But the main thing is, dude, we like to have fun here. That's the main thing. Okay, in about 20 minutes, 1:59 is when the JFK flight. If he comes this way, so we're going to be here till 1:59, guys. So we're watching this plane depart for St. Louis. This is one of those streams where we like to have fun, talk about randomness, talk about the Cowboys choking. And today I'm gonna actually, when I get home, I gotta do some cleaning, and I gotta edit some photos, do some taxes, pay my taxes. If you're a small business owner, remember, today is the deadline for Q4. You're right, Corey, they never push back on time. Man, okay, why is it that these tiny Airbuses are always the loudest planes? They're like the Chihuahuas of the aviation world. Over there we do have another 757 that has just arrived. You should be careful with the streaming anything with the NFL. That can be very, very tricky. So up next we have Southwest 1678. That's going to Salt Lake City. So if anything, let's get a couple more planes and we may call it a day, my friends. Hoping that 757 does take off soon. Got stuff to do. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan that they ended up having a game on the Peacock network. I refuse to download it or watch it. It's like they're just money hungry now. They keep asking for money for everything. We already pay for enough streaming services. I'm not going to pay for another one to watch a game. That was my feeling. I sound like old man yells at clouds meme. All right, we do have our United Airlines 737 and what looks like followed by an Air Canada 737. Why is my password not working? I hate you so much, phone. Air Canada to Vancouver. And this United is off to Denver. Alrighty, our Air Canada 737 is lining up for Vancouver. Looking magnificent with that little stripe. And we'll be getting our SkyWest 3291 coming in from Laredo. So smash that like. Let's get as many likes as we can before we get off the stream. Yeah, sometimes it acts like a jerk on here, so. Something tells me, guys, that I feel like the Steelers are going to win the game. I think Mike Tomlin is a very, very good coach. Steeler fans I know want to get him fired, but I think he's one of the better coaches in the NFL, and don't wish for change if you can replace somebody that's better than him. I feel like eating a delicious hamburger. Wow, what a day today has been, guys, huh? I initially planned on streaming for an hour, and it somehow developed into a 2-hour stream already. is going on. I think our next flight will be American 2223 going to New Orleans. And somehow all of these American Airlines flights have kind of screwed up the order. Good. Man, the ground is so cold that it's actually keeping my hotspot in a better position. I need to start using my TikTok more. I haven't used it in a while. I don't even know how to use it anymore. Anytime, Thomas Markey. Always good to see you on the stream. I've never been to New Orleans, but I hear it smells like pee. I was hoping to get a 2-for-1. And I failed. Only 28 degrees. It's like 61 here. I actually could use a cold, refreshing beverage, my friends. But then in the summer, you guys can make fun of me, say it's only 70 degrees and I'm going to be crying and sweating and complaining. And the potato decides not to focus. But if you think about it, the whole New Orleans, the town is like defying God's will because it's built in a swamp and it's supposed to be sinking, but people are like, nah, let's just keep it up above the sea. And as the hurricanes keep getting stronger and stronger, you may see a lot more issues. I wish I could use one of those pocket fans. Then the equipment will go bad. It's wild how at Sky Harbor it can be feast or famine when it comes to the aviation stuff. It can be busy, but most likely sometimes it can be slow. So we have our American 1792 that is going to Ontario, California. And eventually I think they are going to push out one of the 757s. And this is our famous nose tape A320. We're airborne. These Mardi Gras chains, that's hilarious. Alright guys, let's see what else we can get for today. Since apparently everything is kind of going bleh. Somebody goes, breathe right nasal strip for the airplanes. Yes. Alright, we do have our American Airlines 2158 going to Des Moines, Iowa. I was hoping maybe that American Airlines would go super early. I like these compressed shots. And from the looks of it, our Spirit plane is about to push out. The Flying Banana. Yes, it is actually. The Banana is pushing out. Whoa. Most likely going to Newark. That's typically where they head out. Let's go take a look. It's not popping up. Not yet. No, Fort Lauderdale. Spirit 1006 for Fort Lauderdale. You guys remember a few months ago when they had some big flooding in Fort Lauderdale? Half of the plane was underwater, or half of the airport was underwater. That was a crazy time. Not sure what was going on. So, thinking one of the other planes is supposed to depart. I'm getting a suntan here. This isn't good, guys. This isn't good. And then up next, we're going to have American 1296 going to Cedar Rapids. It's an A319. I have a scanner, I just choose not to set it up. And look, we do actually have a couple more of the Texans. Pretty cool. Then we will have our American 699 going to Austin. So let's take a look at our Austin flight. And then right after, we should be getting our Canadian friends from WestJet, either going to Edmonton or Alberta That's actually the same thing. Edmonton. I think that's the same thing, right? If anything, we get the banana departing. I have a feeling that 777 is going to take off super late. It's American Airlines. Not very punctual. Yep, I think they're trainers for the pilots. We had quite a few today. I think that we had a total of 8 at Sky Harbor. Alrighty, our Canadian friends are in their WestJet. To me, it's crazy how loud these CRJs are. I can hear one going through and it sounds like it's much larger than it usually is. It is a CRJ, that's hilarious. So the SkyWest plane is going to Houston. And our Spirit flight is about to taxi past this point, so let's wait for it. As I take a look at our flight radar, we did lose JSX. They're officially flying into Scottsdale. But we do have American 1502 powering up to go to Kansas City. All right, why are you taking so long, Spirit? And a 2-for-1, will it happen? Yes, it did. I believe Frontier Airlines used to actually fly out of Mesa Gateway, then eventually they moved to Sky Harbor. This specific plane is Spirit Airlines A320. It services to Fort Lauderdale. We'll see if Mesa Gateway does end up getting more service at their airport. They did lose Swoop and they lost Flair Airlines. They started flying to Sky Harbor. And the Southwest we're looking at is a 737 MAX. It's 5 years old. Not showing where it's leaving yet. But up next we should be getting SkyWest 3188 going to Durango. I know United just announced they're going to be having their own route to Durango. It's going to be operated by a E175 Embraer. Durango does have like that little single gauge railroad that's super busy with tourists. Bailey says, Spirit takes to the skies. It's amazing how long it takes them to get up there. All right, let's see. In about 4 minutes, we should have that American 777 push out. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, I used to hike quite a bit, man. If I do any more vlogs, I'll share those with you guys. Well, the West Valley is very busy now. Like more and more people are living there. So this Southwest is going to Kansas City. What is this that's coming in? So Kansas City, and then we will get our flying banana going to Fort Lauderdale. Sorry, I got distracted by, I think the American Airlines 777 is moving. Or so I thought it's moving. No, I think I was like mentally dreaming that it was moving. And here is our flying banana. That was a Cessna Conquest, apparently. And if you hear a propeller, it is this thing. It's an air ambulance, apparently. All right, 777, where art thou? 777. The Southwest is going to Baltimore, 927. Southwest 927 with service to Baltimore. And it is straight up 2 o'clock, which means American is late. That sucks. Let's take a look. Maybe he is pushing out right now. Pushing out. Up next we have Southwest 2091 going to Colorado Springs. And if we are lucky, we will be getting the 777, which is pushing back. So if you haven't already, smash the like, guys. It does help out. It does help our channel grow. We are a smaller channel compared to the others. And then after that, we'll get Frontier 2637 Hugh Demanity going to San Francisco. And we are 4 subscribers away from 8,900, which is good. Our goal is to, by the end of the month, break 9,000. That is our goal. And by March, we would like to get to 10,000 subscribers. Can we make it happen? Let's see. I'm getting tired. I just want to go home now. I'm hungry. I didn't eat anything. So we have 2091 to Colorado Springs, Hugh Demanity to San Francisco, and Southwest 1988 to San Diego. And we'll have American 2059 going to Boston. So it's been quite the show, my friends. Halfway through, it ended up basically flipping the runways an hour and 30 minutes into the show. Oh man, come on. I don't know why we're waiting. Something taxiing over. Or I think they're actually doing the runway safety check right now. What is that I see on the north side? Is it Southwest or is it Sun Country? Actually, Sun Country Airlines 605 is coming on the north side. Let's go take a look if we can track it in. You guys remember when kids used to eat Tide Pods? That was a very stupid thing that they were doing for a while. Then Tide Pods got locked up because people are stupid. I don't know why I just started thinking about that. Hugh Demanity. Humanity. Oh, the humanity from the Hindenburg disaster. Alright, let's take a look at it. And I'm hoping the 777 does come on the south side. Sometimes those cheeky dudes like to go on the north side. They allow them. And this is our flight to Boston that's departing. It's an A321neo. With our flight crew working hard to make sure the plane takes off safely. I believe they're now at V1 speeds. And in about a couple of seconds, they're going to rotate. Thank you, Sydney Skies. Yeah, it's a pretty cool airport. We got a lot of cool views at Sky Harbor. I think we're the busiest, like, 3-runway airport. I think number 8 in the nation. We're awaiting possibly our final plane, which should be the American Airlines 777. We're like a military/civilian use airport, because if you take a look at it, we do have our Air National Guard stationed here. So earlier today, we did end up getting a couple of military planes on the live stream. Alrighty, American Airlines is taxiing. Let's see, will he do us a favor and take off from the south? Chances are, probably not. And that is going to determine how our show ends. It's going to end with a train shot or a plane shot. So let's take a look if we're going to get our grand finale of a 777. From the looks of it, yes we are, my friends. The 777 will be going over our... They turned left. Yeah, it's a cool airport if you look at it. Over there we do have our Sky Bridge. And over the bridge we do have Sun Country Airlines going over it. I hope I have my tissues in my jackets. And I do not have my tissues in my jackets. Dang it. So let's get our final plane, which is going to be the American Airlines 777 going to New York. And after that, that'll be it, my friends. Not sure, maybe Wednesday we'll be back for a little bit. So you're going to see the big difference between when the 777 goes over, how large that plane is. What is that above us? I did get a nice shot of the Air Canada 787. Okay, he is on the other side of the bridge, ladies and gentlemen. God, it is so dead right now. This is crazy. Okay, 777 is inbounds. And if you guys would like to look around Phoenix, we did make a little vlog about Phoenix First Fridays. Yeah, we had a, what is that thing moving? No, we had a span last year during the NFL big game where we ended up getting a ton of heavy traffic coming through here. Sky Harbor was a very, very busy airport during that time. So, all right, our JFK flight is approaching. It's a service that should be running till the end of February. And while we wait, I guess it's a very heavy military day today. We do have another Texan. That is about to depart. I don't know what they're using them for. I know that the F5s that come into Mesa Gateway are used to keep the pilots for the B-2 bombers current on their avionic and aviation stuff. So if we are lucky and nothing takes off before it, we will see a churn and burn with this bad boy. And oh yeah, the 777 compared to the 737 is huge. I believe the engine of this 777 is the size of a 737 fuselage from what I'm hearing. And this is the 200 variant. It's majestic. In a sense, I think this is the plane that ended up killing the 747. A lot of airlines ended up switching to twin engine planes very shortly. This is a video you guys can watch of my adventures outside of plane spotting. Man, dude, there's two of them now. This is crazy. Look at this. I wonder what they're doing. If anybody in the military knows, or anyone that like is familiar, I think they're just doing some training here in Phoenix. And on our arrival, we have Southwest 2540 coming out of Austin. And those sixes are Laughlin Air Force Base. They're probably trying to stay out of the cold. Probably. Phoenix is very warm right now, guys. Okay, let's take a look. Since it is slow, this Southwest is going to be landing on 25 right. And a perfect way to end the show, a landing and a takeoff of a heavy. Alright friends, well thank you very much for tuning in. Let's watch this big boy take off. And we will call it a show. Yeah, I think I flew on a United 777 when I flew to Sydney. I almost missed my flight because I was helping this Macedonian lady translate her documents with customs, because my language is similar to their language. Man, one after the other, there's so many military planes right now. This is wild. We do have a very unique plane. We have the Dornier from Denver Air Connect. Look at the diversity in planes. All right, 777, let's go. Unbeatable poker hand. Yep. Let's go. Let's get you guys taken off, please. So this plane is 17 years old, manufactured in May of 2006. As we are just waiting for him to depart. I'm so excited to eat, guys. I haven't eaten all day. Now I'm gonna get me maybe a chicken sandwich, or actually I may go get some cevapi, which are like little kebabs made in lepinja, which is a homemade bread. It's a very popular dish in the former Yugoslavia area, in Bosnia, in Serbia, and Croatia. Yay! He's on. Now they're going to have to worry about wake turbulence from this bad boy. Start lifting. There we go. And she is off to JFK Airport, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall call it a day. So thank you everybody that tuned in. Appreciate you. Be good people. Tell your loved ones you love them. Don't be jerks. We have enough jerks as it is. Stay tuned. Chances are we may be live on Wednesday. I'll see how I feel after work. If I'm tired, then I may not. But if we are live, we'll have a lot of fun. We did hit 8,900 subscribers. So that ended up working out the way it did. And then the plane we are looking at right now is our United 2280 going to Newark. So with that being said, let's call it a show. I will see every one of you guys on the next stream. And hopefully we actually did end up winning you guys over, and maybe you'll stick around, and if you don't, I understand. And this is how we end it. Let's see, will he take off in time? Apparently not, because it's United. Later, friends.